FLOSSTUBE world, this is James, the PH teacher, and welcome to my first FLOSSTUBE video. On this video, I'll be sharing to you a bit of a background about myself, my whips, and my plans. Let me introduce myself again. I am James. I come from the beautiful islands of the Philippines. I currently live in the southern part of Philippines, which is Davao City. It is known to be the hometown of our current president, President Rodrigo Duterte, and it is where you can also find the highest point or the highest peak of the country, which is Mount Apo. And here's the picture of it. So I hope I can reach that peak in the future. As I remember, I was introduced by my aunt in cross-stitching. I was given a pattern, a fabric and threads, and convinced me to stitch a Bible verse and a small character beside it. She said that to start with cross-stitching, you need to start stitching on small ones. I started to have a cross-stitch project after I graduated and got a job, and I have two projects then, and both of those were unfinished or UFOs, and because the fabric got stained, and I haven't learned yet more about cross-stitching, especially when you grid the fabric. After two unsuccessful projects, I started another project, this time a full coverage cross-stitch project. I discovered that time that photos can be converted into cross-stitch patterns, and I am a Marvel superhero fan, so I picked the Ghost Rider to convert it into a cross-stitch pattern, and this would serve as my first finished object and the first full coverage project finish. I didn't know where it is right now. I am sure that I kept it, but I can't find it anymore. Maybe in the future videos I'll be sharing it to you. Another project that I had after the Ghost Rider, I picked another Marvel superhero character, which is Silver Surfer. The pattern also is, the photo is also converted into a pattern, cross-stitch pattern, and it's a bit bigger than the previous one. I might say that I finished it, and I mostly finished it because I decided to stop stitching. There were only 3 rows left, but I decided to stop stitching it and make it a finish. And also, same as the previous one, I didn't know where it is right now. After those two projects, my cross-stitching journey was put on hold and focused on other hobbies and or interests. And in 2021, I decided to go back again in cross-stitching. There was a time last March I've seen an online store in the Facebook advertisements on my Facebook wall. I've seen an online store selling cross stitch patterns or cross stitch kits, and I looked on their Facebook page and I've seen those wonderful patterns and those uh, fully finished uh, patterns, and I was amazed and I was encouraged to do another full coverage pattern. So uh, unfortunately, I've discovered that those uh, kits are a bit of expensive, or very expensive, since the threads are already there, since it's a kit, and also the shipping fee is also expensive. So what I did is I researched on the internet on what ways can I do a cross stitch project that is less expensive than those uh, kits. So I open YouTube and search for video tutorials for cross stitching or tips in cross stitching, and I saw the videos of Teresa Little Stitcher. She was discussing there on how to be or how to prepare a full coverage project that is intended for beginners. So I learned about fabric counts, I learned about different tools or equipments used for cross stitching, and how to prepare uh, exactly a full coverage project. With that, I discovered FLOSSTUBE, and one of the FLOSSTUBE that I watched was Dizzy Stitcher. I watched the whip parade of his FLOSSTUBE, and that's when I discovered Heaven and Earth design. And also I learned about different things about uh, cross stitching, and also the FLOSSTUBE community as I watch different FLOSSTUBE videos. So let's go on to my whips. I have 3 whips, work in progress. All of these are full coverage, and I use CXC threads. So for whip number 1, I'll be naming this one as Secret Whip On, because I downloaded a picture and I haven't got an approval from the owner of this picture, and I've already converted it into a cross stitch pattern. So for further future copyright issues, so I will not be showing it to you, but I'll be working this one again because I started it on April 2021, and then I stopped doing this one on uh, May because I started doing whip number 2. It is stitched on an 18 count Ada fabric, and I believe it has reached on maybe 25 to 30,000 stitches. So it would not be fair if I will not if I will put it on if I will put it in a UFO, because I already have all the threads, and I decided that I will be continuing to it, but I will not be sharing it in my successive uh, videos. It is Mini Sunset in Venice by Dominic Davison. It is stitched on a 14 count Ada 2x1 full cross stitch, and I'll be showing you my progress from day 1 up to week number 8. So this is where I am right now on this project. So I've already stitched about 54,000 stitches, and it is currently 71.90%. So I hope I will finish this one maybe in September. I started this one last June 2021, and I stitched it monogamously until July when I decided to start another project. I was influenced with the different floss tubes that I have seen, and most of them have more than one whips, or maybe at least 5, or others have 50 whips. So I think maybe I can do this one. I can rotate, I can manage more than 2 whips. So my third whip is from Heaven and Earth Design. I purchased it during the sale, and this is Bird's Garden. This is what it looks like when it is finished. It is designed by Aimee Stewart, and this is where I am right now on this project. Oops. So it is stitched on 18 count Aida fabric, 1 by 1 full cross. I started this one last July 2021, and I stitched this one for only 2 days, and it already has 716 stitches. I'm still waiting on the remaining threads to be delivered. I am expecting the threads will come next week, and once I have those remaining threads, so I'll be able to do a lot of progress on this project. So those are my whips, and these are only 3, but I plan to add more projects, but not full coverage, but small projects. I already have purchased 4 patterns. It is from DMC Philippines. It is DMC Inspirations patterns. They were released last May 2021. So here are the pictures of the 4 patterns once they are finished. I also have purchased HAED, Heaven and Earth Design patterns in PDF format. So Heaven and Earth were able uh, to have a sale last July. Okay, so I was able to purchase at least 2 patterns, June and July. So I promised to myself that every time HAED will have a sale, I'll be purchasing at least, no, I'll be purchasing just 1 pattern. So I will not purchase a design or a pattern if it is not on sale. So here are the patterns I purchased on Heaven on Earth Designs. Okay, plans for my whips next August. I hope this will work, and I hope I will follow these schedules. So from Monday and Tuesday, I'll be doing my secret whip on, which is whip number 1, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be doing my bird's garden project, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be my mini sunset in Venice project. And then I will insert those 4 DMC inspiration projects or patterns maybe on the 2nd week of August. So my bird's garden will be only 1 day, which is on Wednesday, and my DMC inspiration patterns or projects will be on Thursday. So I guess that's it. So thank you for watching my video. So I do hope you like my whips as well as this video. So if you like it, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button, and if you have questions or if you have reactions, you are free to comment down below. So if you want more updates, I have there on my on the description my Instagram account, my personal Instagram account, and see you on my next FLOSSTUBE, and have a great day everyone, and happy stitching.